Welcome everybody to the podcast. I'm your host, Cadet Master Sergeant Harden, and this is
Cadet Major Richey.
all right. So, Cadet Major Richey, you are the support executive officer. Would you care to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Cadet Major Eli Richey. I've been in the CAP program for a little over 3 years now. I am from MSgt, Tupelo Eagle Composite Squadron in Tupelo, Mississippi. I'm currently serving as the Deputy Commander of Support at my squadron, but I was serving for Deputy Commander of Operations for over a year, and I'm excited to get to encampment.
Wow, it seems you have like quite the resume.
Yeah.
So, looking at your position in this encampment, it looks pretty complicated. Support XO. So, can you explain what that is and what the role you serve is?
Yeah, so Support XO stands for Support Executive Officer. So I am the subordinate to the Deputy Commander of Support, and my subordinates are all of the OICs, or officers in charge. So I am the link between executive staff and all of the officers in charge of their different departments in support. So I take the plans and visions of support or of executive cadre, and I carry them out through the different departments of support.
Okay, because I was just about to ask you, like, what does that job entail? But you hit it on the nail.
Yeah.
So, as support executive officer, how do you personally like stay organized with all the things that you have to do?
Yeah, so especially on the support side, there's a bunch of moving parts. It's like a bunch of cogs in a machine, right? So what I do is I step back and I try to look at everything like it's the big picture, try to see the whole system operating together. So that's why we love organizational charts, we love spreadsheets, because it lays everything out. So if you step back and look at the big picture and see how everything affects each other in the system of the operations, it makes it a lot easier to comprehend and a lot easier to navigate. And that's what I've found helped me not get so overwhelmed or stressed in the moment. Just step back and see how everything is moving.
I feel like in this encampment, being cadet cadre has taught us each different branch of cadre, whether it be mess, support, or line staff, a different Google platform. So I feel like support staff has really gotten to know Google Docs and the Google spreadsheets like it's their thing.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could probably teach a class on Google Sheets at this point. I've looked at them for so long.
Yeah. No, and I feel like I'm gonna have to ask the line staff this, but I feel like line staff with them having to make lesson plans, I feel like it's gonna be Google Slides for them.
Oh, I'm sure. So many PowerPoints.
I personally I never really liked PowerPoints, but I did find with Google Slides. So what's your approach to managing like support tasks effectively?
Yeah, so my number one priority this year is the health of my staff. And unfortunately, that can get kind of sidelined whenever you're in the midst of operating a giant event such as an encampment. And I just want to make sure that everyone is firing off at all cylinders so that we can get everything smooth, and also make sure our staff has a healthy mindset. And then also making sure I'm keeping constant communication with all the departments, because on the support side, I'm the link between four very different departments that are all operating different aspects of the bigger picture. And if those systems do not operate cohesively, the entire thing falls apart. So I need to make sure that I'm keeping constant communication and constant cooperation between all the departments so that we can all work together to achieve our mission.
So you actually bring up a big thing that happened last year I heard about as a basic. But the issue was as cadre, you guys are there like days before the basics arrive, and towards the end everybody really gets tired and everybody's stressed out. How are you guys like fighting to combat that this year? Do you have a plan?
Yeah, so I just want to build a constructive environment you know, like I said, executive cadre, everyone, all cadre, even senior members feel some amount of stress during encampment because at times it can be a very stressful event. And so that can have a negative effect on each other if we're all in a bad mood, right? So I want to make sure that everyone understands that, you know, we screw up, that's fine. Move forward, fix it, learn from it. No harm done, right?
Just keep on going. Yeah.
Just keep on going. A forward-facing mindset. So just make sure no one gets left behind.
Right.
Make sure everyone is in the right headspace. And that is also a part of, like I said, keeping constant communication, making sure no one is having a tough time and me not knowing about it, so we can work together to achieve a healthier state of mind so we can continue to work towards our mission.
That's a fantastic plan, if I do say so myself, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that's going to be our time for this interview today. Thank you so much, Cadet Major Richey, Support Executive Officer in Command, or no, Executive Officer. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant Harden.